All right, you're asking for it, so here it is. Listen to this.
I want you folks laughing at we partners pod, kid. You understand? We in here drinking, singing, swinging, all that shit, dog. Sweating, getting wet, and all that.
All right, welcome to the 207th episode of the Drinking Partners Podcast. Yes, this is our Colin Kaepernick episode because I think we missed that at 107 and all that shit. And I'll say I will theme this 2 of 2 as things aren't quite what they seem. You know what I mean? Because like Colin Kaepernick, he had the original, you know what I mean? He's protesting police brutality, etc. And they tried to change the narrative of what he's doing. And it's like, things ain't always what they seem, man. Like, don't just look at something and be like, make an assumption. Get to know people. Get to know what's going on. Inform yourself, all right? Do not just make assumptions. Inform yourself. It's just too much information out here nowadays. Like, we got the fucking internet, man. Like, everybody has the internet on all devices. My kids got the internet, all right? Inform your fucking self before you say something and stop running with a narrative.
Snopes.motherfucking.com.
All right, there we go. All right, I'm half of your hosting tandem, Ed Bailey. I'm joined as always with my co-host, Dave Bracey. Say what up to the people.
What's good with you peoples? Fuck the NFL. We are the Drinking Partners.
Oh, no, it's fuck the NFL because the Browns is up.
You can find us on epicastnetwork.com.
Who number 7 on the Browns? Let me see if we got a number 7. It's probably some motherfucker that went to West Bumblefuck University. This nigga went to Clafton.
That's the number of wins y'all gonna get this one.
Maybe 7 more than the Steelers. Y'all had a dude with a blonde mustache. Just introduce yourself. Let's not go into this.
You can find us on epicastnetwork.com/partnerspod. You can find us on IG, Twitter, and Facebook at partnerspod. See, that's what the NFL is doing to niggas, blonde mustaches and shit.
Yeah.
You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Libsyn, Google Play, and Spotify under Drinking Partners.
When you get a blonde mustache, what's the rest of the day like? Do you comb the shit in? Go finish it. I'm now we on some other shit because I'm trying to find number 7 on our squad.
It's a weird ass thing to do.
I should have made it to Ted Ginn episode. He wore number 7 in high school, Glenville High School. You know what I'm saying? Went on to be a Heisman Trophy. You know what I'm saying? He was in the running. He didn't get it, but he was doing things at O State. Now he's with the Saints. You can blame if the barber let you get a blonde mustache. You can blame him, but you don't get that when you in Cleveland. We don't do blonde mustache.
Like, would you go back to the same barber that gave him the blonde mustache? Like,
if he asked for it, I mean, he executed it. It is blonde. It does stop. It don't go beyond.
It is precise.
It's just the mustache too. It's not the little trail that connects. The
it didn't
beard
fade out into orange.
This is straight. It's a well done. It's a millionaire stash.
Yeah,
he got a millionaire stash.
Yeah,
for real.
that. He's stunning a little bit on that.
Antonio Brown is the definition of you should have never gave you niggas money.
Yeah, it's ugly as fuck. And
he's the definition of what Dave Chappelle
but he spent
a
lot of money on a fucking whack ass mustache. So shout out to capitalism on that one. 207 episodes, man. We've been asking y'all, and we will continue to ask y'all, man. Please hop on iTunes, hop on Facebook, rate and review. That's how we know we're doing well. That's how we continue to do well. And that's how we let others know that we're doing well. And that's how we avoid putting on a motherfucking blonde mustache.
Yeah, you will never see that with us because our listeners, our fans keep us grounded, all right? Look, you love us. You see us in public. You tell us that you love us. I'm going to belch at some point during this, so just be ready. At the click of a button, please tell the internet. Please tell the world. Tell everybody, all right? Tell anyone you see, anyone who's looking for something to do, anybody who has a road trip, anybody who has time to listen to me and Dave talk shit with cool people. Have them listen, all right? And as always, all right, we've been saying this shit 206 times. This will be 207, all right? This one's for Kaepernick. In lieu of rates and reviews, please, we do accept shots of Hennessy, all right? We will accept them, all right? Shout out to Car Guy DJ and the Conways for starting the trend. Shout out to everybody who's kept it going, everyone who's slid us a shot, everyone who's just offered us any offering of support is appreciated, but the best offering support is a shot of Hennessy. You can say you love me all you want, but did you bring the Henny? I don't want to get bougie with it. I don't want to have to ask you for the Henny. Just have it.
A little pocket liquor. You know what I mean?
Just have it, man. They sell Henny in these little ass shot bottles. They do shottles of Hennessy,
because somebody hit me up, was like, yo, I'm not gonna leave a review, but I'm gonna give you the Henny. Like, oh, all right then. Man.
Well, then just show up with the Henny.
Show up with the Henny.
Don't disappoint me. Then give me the Henny.
If not, go rate and review, man. That shit is like 30 seconds.
First of all, you sent that text. You could have just sent a review.
Yeah, that's about it. It's just like a quick swipe.
You can send a review and just be like, yo, they dope. That's a quick ass review.
That's a review.
We
right
will
there.
take it.
As long as you ain't got like
it.
16 numbers after your name. Like, I mean, it's cool.
Yeah,
we'll believe that you're
that
a real
last one
thing.
was crazy.
MJ 13 threes, like MK.
It was MJ 4, like all the 4, like, and again, so that made us feel good because we know we're being watched. All right, Datagate is out. They know that, you know what I'm saying. If you got a bunch of subscribers, they scrutinizing how you using that information. We got some subscribers. We got some people listening. So the government is on us. That makes me feel good that the government is in. Man, they done stole my my credit card information. So.
Yo, credit card information is just like
it's
a thing
out there,
that happens. Yeah, I mean, it's just in the web,
bro.
like these days. It's just like crazy.
Bro,
shit.
I paid for something with my watch. Like,
yeah,
you put your credit card information in your phone, it goes to your watch, and you double click on the watch, and they sucker you in because I go to the grocery store after the gym. I don't got to carry my wallet, so I feel good about it. Yeah. But then you do realize when you double tap and that transmits, it's in the air. Before it get from machine to machine, it's just out there.
Everywhere you
it's
at,
just
man.
It's out here,
like
man.
Google will send me little like shits like, oh hey, I saw you went on a trip. Here's like a little like book and shit. I'd be like, damn, you don't even like have this. You just like, hey, we know everything about you.
That's why they get Datagate. Some refugee in Indonesia has my card information. He just don't trust that I got anything available. That's how I like to keep it. I keep it low like that. You know what I'm saying? He don't know that I got no money available. So he like, I ain't even.
He only make a small purchase once in a while. The shit that he know the bank will cover.
He ain't got no money.
He keep you on a long leash. That's crazy.
Yeah, you see us, man. If you don't have our card information, because don't talk to me and you done stole my card information. don't speak to me direct.
They bought the Henny with your name?
With my card. But if you don't have my card information and you see us, man, you ain't got a shot of Henny, that's fine. You got a chance to meet us, man. April 27th, all right, we down at Compton Theater, and we bringing the homie Norlex Belma straight out of Brooklyn. We're Brooklyn at. Where Brooklyn at? No, he got to start in Pittsburgh, though, so shout out to the city. Shout out y'all breeding talent, man. Pittsburgh be breeding talent. Norlex got his start in the city of Pittsburgh, but now he's out blowing up in New York, man. He's the next one coming, man.
Yeah, so man.
We got him April 27th at Compton Theater.
Mindful Brewing, shout out to them for always sponsoring.
It's the second installment of their residency.
Yeah, I mean, next 3 months you'll see them out there. And if you look for tickets, that's ComptonTheater.ticketleap.com. That's a motherfucking mouthful, man.
Yeah, pause, but yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And if you're looking for us, again, we will all be down there. Razor Watney.
Oh, man.
Razor Watney at Apis Meadery. So Hurry up and say something funny,
I got a chance to see Ray. He just headlined at the Pittsburgh Improv. I made it down there, man. Clean. It was 45, 50 minutes, man. Great set. And it was long over. No, that's where the bells came. So it was long overdue, man. Like, Ray should have been headlining at the Improv, and it's just really good to see my guys level up, man. Leveled up, headline at the Improv. Damn near sold that bitch out. You know what I'm saying? He's now in the lineage. You know, I'm in that lineage too of locals that have headlined the Improv. Ray done cemented his name. He's on that Mount Rushmore, whatever. Did his damn thing, but he's leaving, man. He's going to Chicago, man. He's taking that next step. So let's support him, you know. And he's doing one of his last shows will be this Hurry Up and Say Something Funny May 2nd. Great show, crowd work. I'm gonna be in that bitch talking shit. You know what I mean? Ray will be there hosting. They will do a set. Instead of just host, you gonna do a set.
Yeah, I'll be on stage, man. It's gonna be a dope ass
now
night.
live the life.
I can't wait to like watch that show. Like, I always gotta like host that show. I get to like just watch it like a comic does, and just, you know what I mean, that shit is gonna be dope as fuck. Like, so I'm super excited. And Ray, man, he's one of the best hosts in the city. You know what I mean, so this is definitely gonna be a treat. If you get a chance, man, get this while it's good. You know what I mean, because next time he comes into the city, man, it's gonna cost you. You know what I mean, so you know what I mean. May 2nd down at Apis Meadery. It's always a free show, man.
And then, as always, we gonna do this for the next couple of months. Be ready for it. August 10th, we have
Fresh Fest. August 10th. Nova Place, Pittsburgh, PA, man. The first and only black beer festival in America. It was founded here last year by Drinking Partners and Black Brew Culture.
Shout out to Mike Potter, man. He's out in Colorado doing his damn thing.
Shout out to CBC, man. Mike Potter out there working hard, man. Getting the word out there. From what I hear, the nation is buzzing. We are going to have a beer legend. A beer legend in the form of Garrett Oliver. We will get to interview him at the VIP session.
Very proud to be able to do so.
Only 150 tickets for that, man. And they almost gone. FreshFestBeerFest.com. 70 brewers. We got 30 black brewers coming in. 40 collaborations.
That's 42% black breweries.
We trying to cap it, man, but it keeps growing. But we're gonna try to cap it there, man. We got so many, like, we got all kinds of new brews. We got 40 new brews. Plus we got some like hitters coming back from last year because the thing about this is the collaborative effort, and it's to keep it going. I mean, so they're not just doing one-offs and being like, all right, we're done here. They're bringing it back and going, hey, let's keep this conversation. Let's actually change the culture. So you're going to get a nice blend of people. 3,000. It's going to be vendors outside and inside. Like, we're taking over the mall. I feel like I'm 15 years old again, like hanging out at the mall. The mall board in.
Hang outside the movie theater with your notepad. You ain't know if she had a cell yet. You was only 15. She might not have had a cell. They might not have been
pen and pad. You had the little mini pad, the little pocket pad.
Oh, and when Shorty wrote her name, and when the I, it had a little heart as the dot instead of a dot. You like, I'm about to lose my virginity. She coming up off that thing. She done wrote her name with a heart. I'm sorry.
15 years old. Yeah, man, a whole ass mall party, man. 3,000 people, 150 vendors, 6 musicians, 4 DJs, 1 podcast, man. August 10th, Nova Place, FreshFestBeerFest.com.
Yes, and I'm excited about this episode because we have a hometown hero in the building because Cleveland is on his way, baby. We out here. Yeah. They say it with us. Come on, follow me. We out.
Yeah, y'all might be around.
Tell me we ain't out here.
Y'all might be around.
Tell me we ain't out here.
I always congratulate anybody that's made it out of Ohio, man. I know it was hard. You know, I'm always I'm like, man, you know, and I click with motherfuckers from Ohio because like they had to go through a lot to get here. So welcome, man. I know it wasn't an easy welcome, all you Clevelanders, all you Ohioans. I don't know what you call them, the Buckeyes.
I'm an Ohioan. All you Ohioans till we blow like Ohio wind. All right,
welcome.
Kanye stole that from Ray Cash out of Cleveland. I'm a pimp. Am I on? Then he gave Kanye the Ohio win.
Yeah, Kanye known to pick here and
there
pick
we
there.
go. You know who his main guy was.
Oh yeah,
Kid Cudi.
Yeah,
you know where he from, right? VASJ, Cleveland in the fucking building. You know who started all this harmonizing? You know what I mean? The impetus to the Lil Uzi Verts and all these guys sing, I still see your shadows in my... Wouldn't have happened with boom, 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 wasteland soldier. Boom, 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 boom. Don't make me get in my bag again, man.
Man.
But again, things aren't always what they seem. And this guy, look, he walk into a brewery, he might feel a little more strange than we do when we walk into the brewery, right? And then that's because people make assumptions, and you shouldn't do that. We got Aadam Soorma in the building from Porter Brew Tour. Say what up to the people.
Hello. Thank you guys for having me.
Cleveland in the building. You see that? He came in, that's distinguished. He came in, strong, clear. His microphone is an HD mic. That's a Cleveland microphone.
He is extremely excited. He appreciates you surviving, but like you do quite a bit. First and foremost, thank you for being here. You came with a bevy of beer.
Surviving East Cleveland. That should be a whole. Well, you know what? That Serial podcast. I don't know if you heard the Serial podcast. That was damn near surviving East Cleveland. Like they did that. I don't even want to know. I know the name actually. They talked about the one cop. I know the name, but let's get on it. That's a negative. But we got Adam in the building. Cleveland's up.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. Can you guys hear me all right?
Yeah.
Man, you know we hear you.
Yeah.
Your voice all powerful and shit. Put me in third place on my own podcast with the voice shit. Motherfucker. As soon as he said what up, I was like, all right, so I'm the hoe in this group.
No, I appreciate it, man. I've admired you guys for a while, and it's awesome to be part of this. Thank you, guys.
No, man, we appreciate you. Like, I mean, you came out last year at the Fresh Fest, brought out Porter Tours, and it's dope because I got a chance to like ride on the bus and like get drunk on a bus and like hang out with like cool peoples and like, take a tour of Pittsburgh in a way that I don't get to see Pittsburgh. Like, even as an individual in the scene, I don't get to see Pittsburgh in that just hopping on and being driven around. Like, you know what I mean? So like, tell us like, how you got involved with that.
Yeah, I'd be happy to. Yeah. So we had Day ride along and write some very nice words about Porter. Porter Tours started in 2016. It was meant to be just a method of getting our friends to breweries safely. So it actually started using personal vehicles before we bought the bus. The bus was found at an auction. It's an old decommissioned school bus, like a 14-passenger bus. Saw it, bought it, fixed it up, bought a vinyl cover, gave it some character. And I joined the team in February of 2017. So it's been about 2 years as a tour guide, as a driver, as a brand representative, brand ambassador. It's been a blast, man. We take folks to breweries for beer tours and samples every Saturday and Sunday.
So now buying the short, but like, are there any clearances that you gotta get when you want to put people on this bus? Do they gotta have CDLs, the drivers? Like, how does this work with? They gotta have the CDL.
I mean, we do have to go through like a medical exam, a physical exam, a quick drug test, things like that. I think the biggest hurdle, honestly, is insurance. Pennsylvania is pretty strict about liquor laws, so we do have to carry some pretty hefty, what you might call party bus insurance to drive the bus legally and shuttle folks around to breweries every weekend.
So what goes into this party bus insurance? Like what sort of things are they looking at? Is there a maximum amount of alcohol that can be on, or how does this work? Because obviously the tours there's going to be drinking, not necessarily by the driver, but on the bus. When people get drunk, you don't know how they behave. I'm sure they tax companies who are in transportation. I know firsthand that they tax them as far as the insurance perspective. So like, what sort of things do they look at in this insurance, or what are barriers out? All right, I got to pay extra for insurance, but what are you paying extra for? Like.
What you're actually paying for is, this is going to sound crazy, but in Pennsylvania, there is one insurance provider that does that type of insurance. He's not in Pittsburgh. He's over like in central eastern PA. He's quite old, doesn't really do internet well, operates more by sort of fax, handwritten, manuscript. I don't know. And that process is so difficult to get legitimized by this one dude to say, we're going to do this business. We're going to take folks to breweries, beer samples, beer tours. But if someone, let's just say, cracks open a beer on board and we get pulled over, you're cool. Like, you're good. We're covered.
Shit, I need that insurance. They have that insurance for 7-passenger vehicles?
We'll have to hit up our guy. But
what is a bus?
I'll buy a minivan. I'll have a tinted out Chrysler in a heartbeat. If my mans could crack a joint in the back.
True, get a fucking Navigator.
Remember the Navigators hit? Everybody wanted a Navigator.
Truth. I get a motherfucking 99 Navigator.
Little mobile boom boom.
A Navigator 99 was taking diesel fuel.
Throw some motherfucking lawn chairs in the trunk. Down with the bungee cords. Like, look, it'll do.
I have an old Grand Marquis with the bucket seats. So with old Grand Marquis, with the buckets in the front, bro, you can fit about 7 people in the front seat. That motherfucking cloth seat just went straight across with no armrest. It'd be me and 7 cousins. We be in there. You can crack it open.
That's a 13 passenger, like the with the 2 front benches.
13 passenger sedan.
So tell us how you got to Pittsburgh. I mean, you grew up in what, Akron?
Yeah, I'm originally from Akron, Canton, Ohio. Went to Ohio U for college.
Ohio.
Got my big old Athens degree. Moved to Cleveland, and then I found myself in Pittsburgh. I moved here in 2012 just for grad school, and then I just stayed. I love Pittsburgh. I find that it's friendly. We got some dope ass people. It's just a really awesome community that is proud of itself, and I kind of vibe with that. So I kind of never look back. I think I want to stay.
See how gracious he is. See how he gives props. Y'all need to learn from this man. We be giving y'all mad props. Y'all don't want to reciprocate, man. We fucks with Pittsburgh.
Yeah. I mean, I ain't mad at, I ain't mad at Cleveland.
level up.
It's a beautiful, it has a beautiful middle class and there's like diversity. I mean, like that's the thing that you don't get a lot of here. I mean, you get it if you seek it. But you don't like
you build it.
Yeah, like you gotta find it. Like, I mean, it's just not like there. Like, I mean, like, but it's on either end. It's either all the communities just kind of like fuck with, I mean, like themselves, and then you get this very small like group of like transplants and adventurous locals who kind of make up like that diverse pocket, I mean, of people. And it's because it's still a smaller city and we've had a hard time retaining youth like that. Like, I mean, whereas like, you have a bit more of a, like what do you think it is like with Cleveland, given like or even like Ohio, that has allowed more of that kind of like retention of diversity versus like this particular, area?
Well, there's like this kind of strange mentality around like the hard work together, grittiness. It's the same characteristics you find here in Pittsburgh, but in Cleveland it's funny because people never stop repping Cleveland wherever they go, coast to coast, in and out of airports, in and out of Amtrak, in and out of Greyhound. I see it everywhere. It's funny because it feels unique to me. Right, and I think Ed feels that too.
Don't even. We ain't got the camera floating around, but I stay with some Cleveland on. Stay with it. It's driveways. All right, y'all don't have enough driveways in Pittsburgh, and you laughing, but this is real shit. In Cleveland, here's what it is: you grow up in Cleveland. Your goal is to get your driveway and to wash your car in your driveway after you cut your grass. And your car is your trophy piece. You get in the house, you setting the family up. You got the bedrooms. You put the little hoop in the yard for your son. But you washing your car by hand, cleaning all the spokes out. Washing the inside in your driveway. And man, it'd be about 7 dudes in the neighborhood in their driveway just talking to each other from each other's driveway. What's up, Ralph? What's up, man? Where you going? I'm about to be in the driveway all night, man. I'm gonna go ahead and pull a lawn chair out. We're gonna drink some beer, sit, and you got the garage. The garage got a little. Oh man, it's crazy, bro. But y'all don't have it because of the terrain.
We got too
many
bridges.
Hills.
I mean, we got hills and bridges, and one, you really ain't outside a whole bunch, and like, I mean, when you out but when you get home, either your car is tired or you tired from walking. Yeah, I mean, but it's been a trip, especially if it's snowing and shit. Like, there's no like, it is a struggle, man. And like you said, that bridge mentality with the neighborhoods geographically, like, is just those pockets.
But I will say this, and Adam can attest to this. You come out here, you got to hustle, and from what I know about you, you're a hustler extraordinaire. You got your hands in a bunch of different pots. So what got you to stick here in Pittsburgh?
Oh, that's a good question. I think part of it is probably the proximity to Cleveland, right? I mean, being near Ohio,
that helps.
Well, we're not far. Part of it is also the accessibility to the East Coast. I found that people here were actually super friendly, and that changes depending on who you talk to. But right,
yeah.
I mean, I was like, wow, the people here are super nice, super friendly, pretty much chill, right? Like across most like realms, but I think what got me to stay was actually leaving. So I didn't tell you guys, I left Pittsburgh twice. I took a job in DC.
That's too damn expensive.
I know. And I moved back, and it was cool, nice experience. And then I moved to Philly for a girl, but also for a job, and ended up moving back a second time. So that second boomerang back was at the end of 2015. I kind of told myself that was it. No more trying to leave Pittsburgh. Yeah. It was leaving and growing and learning and maybe kind of experiencing other shit, and then coming back to Pittsburgh, especially after being in Philly. Philly's dope. I got a lot of love for Philly, but it's a whole different culture than Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I can't even. I know for me, I can't really speak much to the culture of Philly. I know it's 5.5, 6 hours from here.
Yeah.
So it's still in the state of Pennsylvania, but it feels like it's in a
Man,
whole
Philly's
nother.
fucking, man,
as
I
far
love
as
Philly.
shit,
I love Philly cheesesteak. I love the vibe of Philly. I would never want to live in Philly.
And here's the thing though. So like me growing up in the hip hop culture, I only know the violent side, the rap side of Philly, but then I understand that there's like a whole economic side that's pretty good there. But I don't know, like from a climate perspective, it's still cold. All the houses is connected to each other.
Yeah, the
you
streets
gotta drive
are
on the
like
sidewalk and
wild
shit.
as
Like,
fuck because it's an old ass city and like
Man,
I mean
I'm cool.
this narrow as shit.
I don't know nothing about Philly suburbs. That's the thing too. I also don't, and like you can't really know about a city till you know about the suburbs.
It's kind of crazy because like Philly is so big that like Philly is like that whole county, and then like motherfuckers be like, oh yeah, I'm like, you know, I'm in Philly, and I'm like, oh, northwest Philly, but like it's outside the county, like you know what I mean?
Germantown
Like,
and shit.
yeah, like it's like you go outside the county and people consider that like, well, I'm just a little north there. I mean, like it's big as shit.
That's
like,
when
like
you
it's
ain't when where you from ain't really got nothing.
yeah, it ain't
got
nothing.
to hold on
Philly
to.
ended a while ago.
Attached to yourself to some shit.
Like, but yeah, no. So so CMU, and then you came back. When was the last bounce back here?
So yeah, that last bounce back was the end of 2015, the fall of 15. Some of my best friends asked me to come back and help them kind of get started with this with a startup concept. So I came back and I joined them to build a co-working space, like a shared office environment called Beauty Shop. And those guys,
What part of town?
it was in East Liberty, and now they are all over. Now they're in Lawrenceville, South Side.
Wait, where in East Liberty is
So the Beauty Shop building there is at Penn and Highland, right by Target.
Oh shit!
It's in the Liberty Bank building was their original spot.
Okay. Because I got a lot of roots in these. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and they have 7 fully functional co-working spaces now. That was the initial draw to come back. They supported me. They were very open to new ideas and creativity, and I would say like that was such a new sort of avenue. Like it opened up my eyes to a whole bunch of new stuff. And from then on, anything that I did, I since left. I launched a solo practice. That solo practice turned into what is now verylocal.com, which is just a city guide. So it's funny sitting here talking with you guys about Cleveland, about Akron, about home, but I am paid to rep Pittsburgh because we are building.
Me too.
Right?
They be taking all our talent.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to our city. Thank you.
Yeah, but we're just building a user's guide. We're just doing content around food and beverage, arts and culture, events, spotlights, things that are happening in the city that people should know about. It's weird to even say that that's what we're doing, is building a digital platform to help young people, and we're really all people that are here in Pittsburgh, experience new parts of Pittsburgh.
So where was the entry into craft? How did that come about?
That's a good question. Honestly, that just started super randomly. I met our founder at Porter super randomly through a friend of mine. She said, hey, you should meet this guy, Andy. He's looking to, do like a beer tour. And she knew that I love talking. I talk shitload. I can't stop talking. In fact, I'm talking right now. And
that's why you're here on episode 2 of 2. Although Dave's sober, I've been drinking.
Right? Yeah, no, this is awesome. I joined Andy. We started talking about craft beer, but I think the first ever sort of experience or gateway into craft beer was probably in Athens, Ohio, at Ohio University at Jackie O's Brewery. You know Jackie O's?
I'm not familiar with Jackie O's. I've only been to Ohio University one time. I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah, I've never been to Jackie O's, but I have heard tale of Jackie O's.
I like it because they had that one rapper, Jackie O, that Nookie real good.
Yeah, that's yeah. And I'm like first time somebody said like Jackie O's, I'm like, oh yeah, I know her.
That Nookie off the chain. Yo, if somebody say your vagina is off the chain, well, that's a different level.
Yeah, that motherfucker might have
that Nookie off the chain.
Might have them grilling sandals on.
Oh, I'm having a baby with the off the chain vagina. I'm definitely having a child.
It was grilling sandals. Yeah, I mean, like you just got to settle straight into the dad life. Like, it's off the chain. Word.
Off the chain.
Get comfortable over here. So yeah, I mean, so like, what you now write a column for Very Local. What are some of the your favorite like breweries around here? How is that going? Because you have a degree in journalism, and like you have this love of craft beer. What is it? Yeah, like. I mean, what is your column? What are you talking about?
Yeah, man. I honestly think that everyone experiences it kind of differently. I was an idea that I proposed to our editor, and I said, hey, I have pretty good relationships with the breweries in town. We've got now, 31, 32 breweries in Allegheny County, 18 more opening this year. It's obviously a huge part of our economy. It's a huge part of Drinking Partners. And I thought, like, what if we go one by one to each brewery and just pick one beer? I really admire Hop Culture and Kenny and what they're doing.
Yeah,
they do their 5 best beers of the week.
Yeah,
that was a lot of inspiration for me. But I thought, let's make it even simpler. Let's go down to one beer at one brewery you can have this week.
Yeah, let's be in the moment. Yeah, I mean, let's enjoy like because we are in this culture where a lot of brewers talk about it, like the untapped, like community. Like there's people are just ticking them off and trying to get the there's all these fads and stuff. And it's like, how about we just like kind of like calm this noise down a little bit,
Dude, it's funny you mentioned Untapped. Yesterday I was at dinner with a buddy of mine and he was showing me his Untapped and his stars and and his status and his level. And he's like, how about you, man? I don't even have it.
I don't either, man.
It's crazy. And he was like, wait, what? Like, don't you work in the beer industry? You lead a beer tour. All you talk about is fucking beer. You don't even have the app. I'm like, I've opened it a couple of times, but I don't even know my username, man.
I check it. So I check it like if I'm, like if I don't know a beer or something like that, somehow like I want to look it up or somebody tells me about it or whatever. Like, and when we had Zach Shoemaker on, he said like a good way of using it is like by aging beer. And like the beer, it's a better age, I say 3 or 4 years by checking Untapped and checking the stars, on there or whatever. So like you can, figure that out. Other than that, like that's really the only time I open it up. I tried the badges when it first came out. Like somebody told me about it. I was like, oh, this is be a way to catalog, but like it's just so much work. And when I start to drink, I drink to kind of forget my phone, to be honest. Like
I got a whole podcast to try beers and figure out what's dope. I got a whole ass podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Motherfuckers be bringing that exclusive. They be bringing the corked bottles and all that. I be like, shit, I done walked out with a greater appreciation.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, I mean, maybe we are spoiled in the sense that, like, because we are, like, in it and enjoying it as opposed to, like, I don't know. Maybe it's a different way. Maybe we're just, but like, I do like to be in the moment while I'm drinking.
Absolutely,
but I do enjoy the people that do Untapped because again, you do allow me to like, get a little description.
What I was saying was not anything against Untapped. I mean, not everybody has what we have. Not everybody's doing a podcast. Not everybody has the connections. But
sure,
I don't. I could just.
Yeah, but I do enjoy
wait for that every other Sunday.
Yeah,
I'm be hip to some new shit.
I mean, it builds community, right? Like if that's their thing, I totally respect that. I see folks on my beer bus every week open up the app and they're super excited. I get to try 9 different new beers today. Like that for them is like, that's it. They're sold, right? Because if we're doing a 3-flight sample at 3 breweries on one tour, they get to hit all those boxes. And I tell them like off the bat, yo, man, if you have your mobile phone, get ready. Because we're gonna hit Full Pint, we're gonna hit Dancing Gnome, we're gonna hit Grist House, we're gonna hit Abjuration, we're gonna hit all these breweries, and they get so fucking psyched, man.
Yeah, no, it was wild as hell because like I mean it was like you go to each brewery, there's a little bit of a story behind it. You get to actually like meet the brewers, get a tour and whatnot. Like it's guided, and like the 3 chips like per dip or whatever. I mean like that's like I'm not gonna get 9 different selections in a day, like unless I'm doing like
Except
real
for every other Sunday.
Yeah, well, I mean, not me personally, but like if I'm not me per se, but you know, the average individual, unless they like really like they hit like a tour and they like, because how many people got the self control to even like, unless they do flights the whole time, and then you gotta have a DD, and one of the DDs is typically gonna be kind of mad because they hanging out with drunk motherfuckers, and they gonna be like, yeah, all right, man, you ready to go to the next one? Like, but like with this, you just be like, yo, we good, like, and it's nice and concise, so nobody loses track of time,
right?
And you've had a great day, and then you can go do some whatever.
Right. You don't have to control your environment, because that's difficult to drink and control and be responsible in your environment as far as timing and whatnot.
You could lose a whole motherfucking like day in the first stop.
Especially if you find the beer that you like. Like if beer number 2 of 9 is good, and then all of a sudden you done fucked up the rest of the joint. If it's up to you, you done stuck on number 2.
A 9-day turn into like a 3.
Yeah. So how do you structure the tour? Like, how do you put together? Is it based on proximity? Is it based on style? How do you put together the 3 breweries that you'll do for this particular tour?
Yeah. So each week we have 2 options. There's the public tour and the private tour. The public tour, we pick where you go. Okay. Private tour, you have some say, and you get to bring your own group. Okay. So it's a private tour. You have the whole bus. Basically, the way we pick is kind of what you just said. Part of it is proximity. Part of it is traffic and what's happening in the city. If we know there's a concert, if we know there's a ball game, if we know there's a beer festival or something happening that we should avoid or be mindful of, that's pretty much it. We usually lock in the routes on by the end of the day, Thursday. So if it's a Saturday tour or a Sunday tour, we can kind of gauge what's going on by Thursday to know where we're headed. And to keep it so that it is about a 3.5 to 4 hour experience. So when Day rode along, like, you knew we had those 3 stops, because I want to be mindful of if folks got like dinner plans or like a reservation or
dinner plans after that.
No, but I mean, because like really it's only like 3 beers. Yeah, I mean, if you just stick to the tour, you're getting 3 beers baked in. There's going to be 3 different beers.
They're giving you 3 flights, but you're not beholden to just 3 flights.
Oh no, you're not. I mean, I don't think anybody there actually just had
And when you feeling good, that beer hits you different.
Yeah,
it hit different. Like if you feeling good, like if you having a good time, it's almost like, you know how you hit the whatever, if you smoke, whatever, but you hit it and you inhale a little harder, you laugh or something, and that smoke hit you a little different. That's how when you feeling good, that beer hit you different.
No, I mean, like I said, I would have one and be like, well, I'm gonna need more of that one.
This ain't over.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of how we put it together, man. It's just a look at the city to know if we're going to head east or if we're going to head west or if we're going to head south, and then just build a route that makes sense, start to finish, about 4 hours, and then send you off on the rest of your weekend.
Man, it was dope as shit, man. Like leaving afterwards, I was able to do other things. Like, I mean, I didn't do much of other things.
What time do you guys normally start? Noon or?
So there's a noon and then a 4 o'clock. Okay. Yeah, so noon and 4 on Saturday and 2 o'clock Sunday.
Noon is for the people. I mean, the 4 o'clock is for the people who plan on going to the club.
Yeah,
we're gonna do this. We're gonna be about 7, 8. We're gonna get some dinner. Then we're gonna re-up
the bridal
at the club.
Party or whatever. I mean, it's just like an all day, like going straight from the. Yeah, I mean,
it's literally the perfect pregame. Yeah, you're going to the casino. You're going to dinner. You're going out, like, continue your night. Like, let us help you pregame that with something good, right? Man. Something different. And then we'll send you on your way.
So it's like a drunk Uber, a Druber. Like, it's just like it's baked in. You can go like you pregame. You can take another, and then if you go to a BYOB spot, I mean, afterwards you can actually come through with some growlers.
Do y'all do drop offs?
Absolutely, yeah. In fact, yesterday I had a bachelor party, and they asked to be picked up and dropped off at a cigar bar down in Mount Lebo.
Ooh, they was turning.
So I picked them up.
You gonna go to get the flights, then you gonna hit the cigar?
Yeah.
Oh man, somebody was getting married.
Class.
Somebody was getting married.
That's class.
Right. So I was like, that's cool. Yeah, I'll pick you guys up from the cigar bar, take you on a tour, bring you guys right back, and let you guys keep going. And they were feeling pretty good.
So what's the most interesting group of individuals that you've had? Like what were they celebrating, or was it just a family? Like what sort of people do you get on this? Like for the private tours, fuck the public. The public is just enthusiasts, but I'm talking about the private. Like, yo, I'm about to book this for my man's. He about to go to college, or he about to get deployed to Afghanistan, some shit like that.
Yeah.
Like what's the most interesting?
That's funny you mentioned that. We've had so many interesting, the gay bachelor parties, the lesbian bachelorette parties, the birthday parties, the my son's 21 party. The most interesting was one time, about a year and a half ago, I remember a group called us kind of last minute for a private tour, and they said, "Hey, can we do a beer tour to pregame a wedding rehearsal?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's cool. Is that something you guys really want to do?" And they're like, "Yeah, like I think we're here, we're in town, we got a hotel. None of us are from Pittsburgh, and we're all in a wedding, and the rehearsal's tonight, but we want to pregame it with a beer tour." And I was like, dope, I got you. So I go to pick them up in the South Side. They probably already had like a beer. They also had a dog with them. I didn't even know if we had a dog policy, but we just brought the dog on board. So now we're riding along.
Already slid the card. The card's been accepted. Go ahead, bring the dog.
We've got this little puppy. We've got this group that is pre-gaming a wedding rehearsal on my bus. And they had a blast. We finished, right? And I was like, we had to kind of hurry up at the end to make sure they were on time, get dressed, go to the rehearsal, and then see this person get married the next day. Never have I ever had that happen again. I've never had someone say, we need to do a beer tour to offset this like wedding rehearsal.
Wow. That marriage is going to last.
Yeah.
They got good people behind them.
Yeah.
They got good folks behind them.
Yeah. That was cool. That was probably one of the most different experiences. And this sort of tiny dog, thank God the breweries are cool with it, because I was like, I actually am not sure even what to say to you, but that's cool. Bring it on board. Like, you're already here, right? None of you. Like, also, how did you get this dog here? Like, you're not from Pittsburgh. You must have brought this dog from whatever, Virginia.
Pack the dog under the plane. That's so cruel when they do that to they got pack the dog with the cargo. Ugh.
Jay, can you pack dogs? Can you fly with dogs and shit?
Little bitty dogs, I think you can put them in the little cargo. Like, they will be they'll be in a little whatever, but they with the bags. So
you don't throw them with the bags. They'll like dying shit, won't they?
No.
You can fly with dogs. That's crazy as shit. Where the fuck they put the dogs at?
With the bags.
They don't put it with the bags, man. And I'm telling you, they can't put them with the bags.
You're not sitting with the dog in your lap. It's either going to be in the bags at the bottom of the
like
plane, or it's going to be up in the carry-on. And it's there's no more air in the carry-on than at the bottom of the plane.
The dog's barking and shit.
We don't care if the dog is barking. It's in a package.
No, I'm saying
there's nothing that the dog can do.
It can't be on the carry-on because they would put it up in the
right. So it's with the bags underneath the plane.
They gotta have a different. They gotta get a little plane.
You telling me with all this technology, they ain't got a bag that got a couple little gills on the side?
I don't think they throw in back. Like, they gotta have a compartment in the plane just for the animals.
I ain't got nothing to do with that, but they can also make something. They can make a suitcase that don't bend. So you just.
I'm trying to figure out the motherfucker that gotta like maintain that fucking.
How many dogs you think is getting on each plane? It's probably 2 or 3 dogs.
But tops. I mean, they still probably shitting and barking and puking all
in
over
their own little environment.
The environment's a foolproof. That motherfucker can shit out the cage. No. It's a plane. If it hits some motherfucking turbulence,
it's a lunchbox with gills.
It got holes in it. It's permeable by liquid. If the liquid and the plane get too jumbled up,
what if the gills are up
somebody got to clean that out.
What if the gills are up top? So the gills are the bottom.
The gills.
Yeah.
Then then the motherfucker would drown before it would breathe.
No.
Got to be on the sides.
The air is still coming in from up top, but when you pee, you all.
No, you gotta have the air holes at least to where they can keep their head up.
They got diaper mats. You put a diaper mat in the body. They got Pampers. Like, they just piss into the
Listen, man, I just don't feel like you would put like. So you mean it's okay? So would you put a dog cage in the back of your car?
I wouldn't own a dog.
Well, would you put one of them things in the back of your car?
I wouldn't own a dog.
But would you? Would you carry that?
There's never been a dog in my car, and never in my life. I'm 32 years old. There's never been a dog in my car.
Well, what's the difference between the dog and anything else? If it's not,
there's anything else that's not been in my car.
But would you?
No lizards, no cats.
You can go into the past.
There's been a fish in my car.
Would you carry a dog in your car?
No.
Why not?
Because I don't agree with owning dogs. They don't want to live with you. Would you gonna own another life? No, they don't want to live with you. To put your dog on a plane, that's fucked up. Put him in the cargo, that's terrible.
That is a terrible.
I don't want to own a dog, but listen, if you had to put your dog in my car, as long as it has its own little container that will contain all the shit that the dog can do, fine.
I don't believe
I might just have to spray
happens
something
and
to get
exists,
that
man.
smell out.
Nah, somebody is in there cleaning that up. I'm trying to figure out who the fuck
No,
is
bro, it's
maintaining
okay.
the dog
Yeah, listen,
compartment.
man.
I didn't think about the dog compartment in these planes. You know what I mean, that's a whole
There is
different.
none.
There's a dog compartment.
That
man.
thing gets on a
Somebody's gotta
conveyor
clean
belt.
That shit up. There's a
just
whole
slides on a conveyor
industry out there that exists that have like special like plain carpeting businesses. You know what I mean? Like plain dog carpeting, but there's a motherfucker that's like buying shots and rounds at the bar, and they're like, yeah, my dad owns a fucking plain carpeting dog business. You know what I mean? Like it's just it's a whole industry behind that.
Contigo.
I didn't even know this is a thing that existed.
Lunch boxes that you can fit your snoodle in. I know the dog got
What schnoodle?
the dog can only be but so big. Like you ain't got a Labrador on the plane. Like you got like
That's what I'm saying. Like them big ass, like a big. You mean a
No,
big
you
ass
don't
like
have a Great Dane. Ain't nobody put a fucking Great Dane on a conveyor belt. No.
Somebody, no, man. If you like, what's the size limit on the
The
dog?
little Kardashian dog, like the little.
They got a weight limit on the
Yeah,
dog.
it's probably like 7 pounds.
What if it's a greyhound? What if it's like
Then that
one of
motherfucker
them
needs
thin,
a sitter.
long ones?
You got to take him to the Golden
like
Bone.
a daddy
and he's
long
pretty
dog. Like, is there a daddy long dog that like?
Pause. That I don't even like how that sounds. But no, you're not taking a grown man dog on a plane. Like, if you buy a Greyhound, then you buy the Greyhound with the expectation that, yo, I have to find accommodations when I travel. But it's when you have those little small dogs that you can fit them on the plane. But like when you get a big ass dog, you know you got to have friends or family that are willing to watch this dog. Like that's why I don't want a dog.
And if you transport the dog, like so, you like
fuck dogs. So what was he talking about?
No, yeah, just to answer that question.
So dogs were on the shit. Now, would you let him bring a Great Dane?
Yeah, it's cool. It doesn't bother me at all. Only because I lived with a guy from Switzerland do I know that the dog can go in the cargo bay if it's pressurized. It's got to be pressurized, right, to keep it alive. Or if it's small, it's in a little carry-on. It's in like a little container. And my dude Hans, his dog Mac is a little Boston Terrier, has been over the Atlantic Ocean 7 different times. I think that's amazing because that's more than most Pittsburgh people,
That's
right?
More than me.
Yeah, and
he's clocking.
This dog has got some frequent flyer doggy miles, and when Mac travels, Mac just is chilling in this small sort of crate and just goes to Italy or goes to Switzerland or
What,
goes to France.
Is he a carry-on or is he under the?
So he's actually in a carry-on. He's not in the cargo bay because the cargo bay is not always pressurized.
On the flight and your bitch ass dog is making noise because it want a biscuit. Fuck you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, where are these dogs at? That's what I'm
But
saying.
then
Like,
again,
do
you
you
can
have to have a
bring your
ticket
baby.
though? Is it in first class? Yeah, I don't know what I mean. Like,
But
what
you
do
can bring your baby.
True.
I don't really approve of babies flying either. So how about that?
I don't know, man. I took my daughter. I took
How
my
about we
daughter
have like a
international.
little daycare?
I took my daughter international. You know what I'm
Oh, you know what they got now? They got these little like muffles that you can like. Yeah,
I'm
I
not
mean,
putting
like
a muzzle on my-
but no, it ain't
not
a
putting a
muzzle.
muzzle on my
It ain't a
kid.
muzzle. So here's what it
No,
is, right?
you called it a muffle. A muffle is not a thing.
No, so it's
You
not a
muffles-
muzzle.
muffle
it's,
is
it's
a
two different
verb.
letters.
It's
It's two
not a
different
noun,
letters. It's two different
motherfucker.
letters, right? Muffle, right? So like when you're in the office environment,
put a
you can
muffle.
like talk into them, right? So you can have a whole conversation on the phone. This is like, you know what I mean? Like if you're in a like, you know, them open space office environments and like instead of having to leave the room, you could like put a little like guard on your mouth and have a whole ass conversation and nobody can hear it, right? You know what I mean? Like, so like, I'm just saying the technology
Sounds
exists.
like a muzzle.
Where like the
It
technology
sounds
exists
like a muzzle.
where somebody
I don't-
could have like a whole conversation or even like
That's what
scream
a
at the
muzzle
top of their
is.
lungs.
You put a thing on the
I
dog's
think
mouth. The dog has a
we're in this
conversation
age
that you can't hear.
we're in the age of privacy, right?
No, it's a
and I
muzzle.
think that like we should respect the privacy of all citizens in America, right?
Okay, you put a
does
muzzle on
anybody
your daughter.
disagree with that? Does
Put
anybody
your
disagree with
I do.
respecting the privacy
Put a muzzle
of
on your daughter.
Americans, right?
Put a
And
muzzle on your daughter,
The
see if
most
she love it.
vulnerable
Not
Americans
putting a muzzle on my
on the
kids.
planet are babies. And they don't have control over what they say.
You know why? Because they don't pay
Because
taxes.
their minds
You
are not
don't
developed.
Control shit till
So
you pay
we
taxes.
as parents owe it to them
I don't owe you
to
shit.
put these privacy devices
First
over
of all,
their
if
mouths
you're a baby, I don't owe you shit.
while they
You
fly.
don't pay taxes. You know what you are when you're a baby? You're a liability.
So
Uncle Sam ain't gonna tell you. I'm gonna keep it real. Mama not gonna tell you, but I'm gonna keep it real with you. You're a liability. Hey, Ed the Fourth, you're a liability, fam. It's what is it? It's April. What is it? 14th, 2019. Right now, you're a liability. Yes, when you make it to the NBA or you make it to law school, you'll be an asset. Right now, you're a liability because you're not bringing nothing in. You ain't got no Gerber commercials, nothing. You're fun. You're great, but you're a liability, fam. I gotta pay for you to go to school. I gotta pay for you to get clothes, and you ain't giving me
and
none
they
of that
have
money.
they have family secrets that you don't want to get out, so you need to put privacy muffles on your
Why don't
children.
you muzzle yourself? You need to muzzle yourself.
Privacy.
You know how much of a shit parent you gotta be to say some shit in front of your kids in privacy? Like, damn, your mama don't never motherfucking do. Your kid in the backseat like, why you telling me this? Daddy said you don't never do that. That's a fucked up. Nah, I don't say nothing in front of my dog.
Them little babies,
Hell
they're like, they get a little, little privacy muffles.
Does anything do people ever divulge like family secrets on these tours? Like, you ever get some tea spilled on the tours where you just driving like, ooh.
No, I mean, I guess I do my best to, just kind of be sensitive to culture and just try to, make sure people are having a good time. But like, yeah, man, there's definitely weird. I think it's my only interfacing with people that don't think like I do politically probably is on the beer tour. I was telling Day that one day and I chatted.
That's tough. Like,
it's tough. It's weird as I'm a brown dude. Here I am. My mom and dad are, immigrants, came to this country just to try to, make a better life. And people ride on our tour that maybe don't think that way. And maybe they share that, or after a couple of beers, they share that, and I'm like, oh damn, but I'm providing.
I was liking you, like we were cool until beer number 6, and now you're a dick.
Yeah, dude, it was funny. Like after you rode along with me, Day, I had a tour like a week or two later, and I had this couple actually from Ohio. And they were older.
Let's hear the story before I endorse.
No, it's dude. It was cool. Like they did not mean this at all in a bad way, right?
Also, they're from Southern Ohio.
They were from like outside of Medina. Like,
ooh, Medina. Let me tell you something about Medina. Medina is affluent as hell,
right?
Yeah.
But it ain't no Negroes there.
I got a car from Medina once.
Yeah, and that's the only reason they let you in. Because you finance some shit. Because you go, my godmother used to live in Medina. We used to be, when you be the only black family in a cul-de-sac, nigga, that shit look weird as hell. You be out front like, damn, none of these motherfuckers can hoop.
Yeah, and no one looks like you or sounds like you, right?
Not at all.
So it was cool because this couple did the tour, had a great time, and I think like near the end, we're like finishing up, and they look at me and they're like, man, like, and I had told them that like, porter is not the only thing I do. Often people ride the tour and they think this is all I do is I'm a beer
tour guide.
Try to
figure it out. Like, how do you make rent just doing tours?
How's this dude live if he just drives a beer tour bus? And I'm like, y'all, like, this is purely a passion project. I love doing this because I love people and I love beer. So I'm going to drive this bus even if we don't, pay ourselves. But we do a little bit. And I have a day job. And I also pick up shifts at Bar Marco in the Strip District. I love working with that team. So, I mean, Day knows I do a few different side hustles. This couple was like, man, I told them that. They're like, we like you because you work so hard and not everybody works hard. Like, you are a hard worker and that's why we like you.
I had to stop you.
And it felt weird, right?
There's no way you can go anywhere positive with that.
Yeah. And coming from them and putting it that way to be like, we like you because you work hard and you're a hard worker. And yeah, and I was like, oh,
we don't
shit.
See that.
Yeah.
A lot of y'all don't work hard. Excuse me? No, a lot of y'all like people who wear weak ones.
Right? Yeah,
what
exactly.
What are you saying, fam? Yeah. It's weird. Like,
yeah, it was tough. Yeah.
In casual conversation, even when it's funny, like I'll be talking to white people and they'll like try to approach a story and they want to express that the subject of the story is black, but they don't know how to do it, and they try to be like very careful about it. I'm like, your lack of being able to just spout it off makes me feel like it makes me uncomfortable. Like if you can't, like even the fact that you had to point it out, I'm just like, yeah, let's let's not move any further.
Yeah, every time.
Let's just move.
Yeah.
Let's just move on.
Yeah, you could get that vibe like when it's about to turn. You'd be like, ooh.
And what sucks is now it's incumbent upon me to act appropriately.
Yeah.
Like, especially in a professional setting, like it's like, all right, now I got to make sure I react to this appropriately, even though all of the lack of appropriateness is on your end. Like, it's like, look, bro, don't force my hand. Don't make me put my 2 weeks in. Like, I'm just trying to get to lunch, dog. I'm just trying to get to lunch.
It's just the lost art of keeping it real. And I think like there's that feeling like when they're trying to tiptoe around it. And I'm like, is your friend black or are they of Indian descent? Like, it's cool, man. Like, they're people of color. We're out here too, and we're doing these things. And I think part of it too, I joke with my colleagues at Porter that I'm like, I'll pull up the bus, right? And so when Day rode along with me and the bus is parked, I open up the doors, I hop out. Oh, surprise, you're in the city. It's like a person of color wearing skinny jeans and a nose ring and maybe a backwards cap. And I'm actually your craft beer tour guide.
Yeah.
And it's a huge shock. And then I start bumping maybe some Kendrick Lamar, maybe something you haven't heard before, right? So then the soundtrack will cater to maybe a sound that you haven't heard. And I have different playlists, obviously. But Day rode along and I was so super pumped. And I think that day you were the only person of color.
Yeah.
Besides me, right?
Yeah, and most of the places that we went.
Yeah, right. Totally. Except, that's true. But I want them to walk out with that experience. Hey, we went to Pittsburgh. We came into this city, and we got this beer tour from this like sort of small, brown creature. He like popped out, was all full of energy,
Brown.
right? Well, however they interpret that.
That's fucked up that you even have to.
Right,
you have to accept that might be the way that they look at it. Like,
yeah, man,
right?
And find some sort of positive in that. Like, well, this smallish brown creature just opened you up to a bunch of shit,
right?
Yeah.
And you enjoyed yourself.
But I hope that if we are the ambassadors for that element of it, that they walk out with this like whole new perspective.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's always the case, but I definitely.
But I mean, like that like, because I mean, me and Ed find ourselves, quite often in those, only ones there situations, in the beer scene, and like you're not like you can't, like affect everyone, but you try to affect who you can when you can. I mean, and like that's such a tough spot to be in because you're always in tough spots.
It's very tough. It's very tough because now even in a positive experience, I find myself trying to gauge, why was this experience positive? Was it because I'm a specimen here, or did you genuinely enjoy my company? Like, am I cool for what you thought of what I would be, or am I just cool to you? Like, it's strange. Like, I'll be and I'll try to jump into breweries randomly. Like, I'll go out there and I find myself in conversation with people. I'm like, are you interested in what I'm saying, or are you interested in the fact that I'm the one that's saying it?
Yeah. Yeah,
that's a great way to put it.
The black friend mentality,
right?
I mean,
I haven't thought about it quite that meta. Like looking at myself in the third person, hanging out at the brewery, having a beer, talking about the beer knowledgeably, and they're like, "Damn, like, what, is this really happening?" Right?
And like I think like it's weird because like for us getting into it, really, like we got into it talking to like brewers and shit. You know what I mean, like when you're in the business, it's a little different because like. When we're at the bar, we're always talking to someone, of importance. So, like, I mean, people are like, well, what the fuck is going on?
Right. Like, you start name dropping, or you got a relationship with the bartender.
But, like, when you're not in that position, when you're not, and you just, like, walk into a space, then it's a little, it's different because, like, the whole reaction from the bartenders down at times, is kind of like, and you could tell the vibe of a brewery by the reaction of the people when you're in there. You know what I mean? Like there's some breweries that, like I'm the only one in there, but like everybody's cool, comfortable, and it's a thing. Then there's some breweries you walk in and it's like a little bit of a like, how you could feel like like the room. You know what I mean? Like you
ever soft flex? I soft flex a bit. Even if I don't know the bartender, I'll just start naming the brewer. Like, hey, yo, is so and so here? It'd be like 6:30 on a Sunday. I know they're not here. Like, yo, is so and so here? Nah, because I'm Ed Bailey of the Drinking Partners podcast. sat with them a few months.
That's a beautiful flex. That is such a good flex.
I don't really tell motherfuckers. Like I don't really I don't be telling motherfuckers when I'm out, man.
I'll flex every now and again. Why do this if you can't soft
every
flex?
once in a while, somebody might be like, "Are you that guy from that Ed?" Right? I'm like, almost.
I got the likable face,
we do that. Yeah,
I mean, I get that all the time.
Yeah, and every once in a while, I mean, like they might throw me like a free glass. You know what I mean? I ain't got to pay for the growler. You know what I mean?
I don't want nothing free. I just want to make everybody around me feel weird. Like everybody who's buying shit, I'm naming people that affected what you. He said his favorite beer to brew. Like, you should. You know what I mean? I'll start giving suggestions. They be like, who the fuck is this dude? Because I be at the breweries by myself too, so it's extra weird too. I be just there to get a bite to eat or a drink, and I'll just drop a name.
I don't really get like. I'm usually in and out just to grab like a 6-pack or a growler or something like that. I don't really sit down because usually like if I'm in a space, like I'm the only person like that like drinks like in the like because like your girl even will enjoy like beer or whatever this and the other, like so like for me I'm usually like in a random place and I'm like, oh shit, while I'm out here let me grab,
it's a dedicated, pointed, focused visit for me.
Yeah,
it's like, yo, these kids is loud, I have an exit strategy. I'm going to a brewery to do research and I'm in the brewery for 2 hours just like winding down, like, yo, I just gotta be away from these loud ass kids.
Yeah. So this is some of that Grist House.
Yeah.
No, we just had was it Gotza Ghost Day? What was it?
I think it's the Gotza Goza.
Yeah,
that's the Goza, and then I brought some of the tropical sour IPA, the Sipa. It's funny in like very typical millennial form. I took a Scooby from Lawrenceville, Scoobied over to Grist House, bought 2 4-packs, realized that I couldn't park the Scooby there, so I Scoobied back to Lawrenceville and then took a lift here.
Is that like a mobile scooter?
It's like a moped share, yeah. So I was like, just like Scoobing over the bridge, like Scoobing over here. But what was funny was like, all right, I'm gonna be on time. I'm gonna see Day and Ed. I'm gonna make it 5 o'clock, and I felt stressed because I was like, I can't. Like I called Scooby and said, "Can I park him at Washington?" And they were like, "You cannot." It's like, "Fuck." All right. Well, then I'm gonna have to like go out, come back, and then lift the rest of the way. Does that make sense? Like,
if you around the way, I can take care of you.
This is a well-traveled beer, man.
No, it's cool. Yeah, it was just funny because I like popped in as fast as I could, and the bartenders at Grist House are so nice. I'm like, "Yo, Adam, like, what are you having?" I'm like, "Actually,
that's a soft flex."
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, it's a soft flex.
They're awesome.
You didn't even do your last name. That's a hard flex. Like, yo, I'm Adam. Like, I've basically cornered the Adam market. Like, I am Adam. No, I'm Adam. Damn Adam Sandler, all the other Adam. I'm Adam. I'm the most applicable Adam to what you're doing. Know me.
Pow, and then hit the flex. But like, no, they were cool, and they were like, "Yo, we got you. Like, you're on your way." It was just so nice of them because I actually tried to say back their names and I got them wrong.
That's what happens when you flex.
Right, yeah.
You can't flex and know their names.
Right.
Then it's no longer flex. Then it's an exchange. Yeah. Nah.
I was like, "It's so good to see you, Jill." And she was like, "It's Julie." I was like, "Oh my."
Well, fix it. Make it something more unique.
I suffer with names, man. I remember faces all the time, but like, I mean, I am typically drinking when I'm meeting people. I mean,
totally.
Like, I was just at this home brewing competition yesterday down at Helicon, and there was like 400 like plus beers, like all these people from around the country. Like, I mean, I didn't realize Trash was like a 30+ year organization, like, and they've been doing this competition for like 30 years, but like. It was like, like they were like, one of the homebrewers was like, yo, I listened to the podcast and I was kind of mad that you guys didn't know more than what you know, given all the like brewers that just come in and like, you talk to or whatever. And I was like, well, to our credit, like we actually are like drinking on the podcast. Like, like we're getting progressively like shit faced while like they're bringing like all kind of like, these range ABVs and like, whatever. And like by the end of it, like, I mean, like when you went to college, you maybe went to class hungover, but it wasn't advised to go in like, 3 pounders deep. You know what I'm saying?
Totally. Yeah. No, that's the beautiful thing about this, man. And I really appreciate that I can come in, roll in with all these beers, and they're all going to get drank. Yeah. So thank you guys for partaking.
Thank you for doing it when Dave's not drinking, because now it's more incumbent upon me to take care of this. And I will do so.
Shout out to Dry April, man.
Yeah, Dry April, man.
I admire
You never
that.
gave us the what is the origin behind the Dry April? Why is Dry April?
I don't know, just wanted to reset, man. It was, everybody kept talking about the dry dry January or whatever. I can't do a dry January. It's too dark outside. It's too cold. I need to get through. You know what I mean, like, but April, sun is out and whatnot. And like the thing is, between the beer industry and the entertainment industry, like all these meetings and shit like that, and all like the day to day, like it's beer. It's always drinking, and it's like I don't really drink at home. I mean, like but like the more I'm meeting and the more that like you're in the industry between that and I only drink when I work, but I'm working all the time. So like we just did a brew day over at like East End or whatever, and like it's 10 a.m. We're all get some coffee in us or whatever, and we're bullshitting. By like like 11, like we're just like you want to brew, like we've taken some pictures or whatever, and it's like. Granted, it's a 4% brew, but it's still like, it's 10 a.m. You know what I mean? We're, sorry for some 4%. And then I'm going to go have a meeting, and then I got another meeting, and I'm going to, have a couple at that meeting there, like maybe that one meeting. Then I got a show at a bar that night. Like, so there's like 4 meetings, you know what I mean? Like 3 of them is wet plus a show at the end of the day. Like that's a long, like, and then you start to stack those up, like 3-4 of those, like a week. Like, I mean, like it starts to, then you got a whole festival and a whole 9, and like with the summertime getting as like this is a big time for us. You know what I mean, like ramping it up, everything else. I'm like, all right, let me just kind of go into it with a detox and just kind of like a pause, kind of look at it, and then now we can get into it. You know what I mean,
it all sounds like some bullshit.
No, I mean,
but we live. It's funny, like we live 2 completely different lives. So. There's no detox. There is no dry month for me. Like, nah, hell no, bro. No, bro. You deal with these kids, dog. Nay, bro. I need to have a little look. Beer is like the perfect outlet for fathers because I'm not gonna get so slammed with having a beer that I can't be an effective father. You know what I'm saying? But and then like. It's the yin and the yang, because like I'll have a beer out of a can and it's discreet where my children don't know like this is an adult beverage, but then my son, he's 2, he might see a can and want to grab it. It's like, oh no, daddy's gonna go to jail, like don't touch that. Like still, I mean, my daughter, she's caught on like, yo, when daddy has his own, like she know the fridge now. So she know when that box is in the fridge or when them bottles is tucked, them dark bottles at the bottom, like, I don't touch those. But she knows. But like my son, he just like, oh, that's liquid. So I'm gonna. I think like that.
Drinking around like the kids or whatever, and like showing a responsible way of ingesting this drug or whatever. I mean, same thing with marijuana use or any form of drug that ain't no letting like educating children. You can't really censor. You have to educate. I mean, they have to have. Positive role models in that.
They have to see you be productive. They have to see what's really going on, and you can't be drinking and then pull yourself out of the day-to-day activities. You got to be able to drink and give them a bath. Teach, potty train, help them clean the room, help you with the project.
Absolutely.
You can't do that with liquor. Like I can't be drinking Hennessy, and I love Hennessy, but I can't be drinking Hennessy cocktails and then going upstairs trying to help my daughter with this random project because she be creating all the projects. Like these aren't school assigned projects. She just sees some shit she want to write. My daughter wrote a book.
she's
like,
a
what the
human.
fuck?
Like that's what humans
She
do
wrote a book,
when they
bro.
don't
She's
have
an
a
author.
job. You know what I mean?
She wrote like a very cohesive like book, like a children's book, and I couldn't be drunk and help her with that because, you know, the book would have been trash. But like, I got to be able to sit there and be coherent and teach her things. And, you know, you have to. So I enjoy craft. For me, it has a different experience. Whereas with you, with the more social aspect, it's just crazy hearing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, because I don't necessarily look at it as a social drug for myself. And I'll every now and again I'll step out and go to a brewery and chill and just whatever. But like for me, I look at it as like, yo, this is my getaway within the context of I'm still functioning with my shit. Like I'm still being, because it's a very volatile situation as far as age for my, like they're sponges right now.
Right. Yeah, everything
They're
gets
2 and
absorbed.
5, like everything's of maximum importance right now. Like when they're teenagers, yeah, daddy might disappear and have a hell of a night on a Thursday, but right now, it ain't gonna happen. So shout out to Kraft for doing that for the fathers.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And and we were talking about, I was talking about athleisure earlier. I'm gonna be talking about athleisure forever because that is the best thing. I tweeted like that's the best thing to happen to us since the big piece of chicken. You know?
It is.
Like,
it is comfy, man.
I can wear sweatpants and be fashionable too with a craft beer. Oh, my life is made. My shit's made.
That's some
that's
very
what's up.
dad shit, man.
And that's actually part of why I love that you guys record on Sundays. I find that Sundays are my favorite day to go to the breweries, man. It's like, it's chill. Have you guys noticed that? Have you guys noticed how the different vibe is Saturday versus Sunday?
No, because we're usually here.
Oh,
We're here,
damn.
but you got to be a different. I mean, it's a different animal on Sunday because there's no possibility of turn up for most after the hitting a brewery on a Sunday.
I was
It's all
surprised.
prepped for Monday.
I was surprised whenever, shout out to Mindful, you know what I mean? Like, we would go and pick up beer for the podcast, and like their parking lot is like fucking full. Like that, they got a big ass fucking
they'll
lot.
be full. It'll be people there, but it's chill.
Yeah, it's
But
chill
you
as
could
shit.
be chill
But like, I didn't
on
know
the
how many
craft.
people.
Super chill.
I didn't know how many people like went out and like brunched at motherfucking like breweries on a Sunday, and like, I mean, clearly a lot of my
Like if you can get
food.
good food, and you can have a little bit, like you can choose the alcohol, the beverage, you can choose the content. So you can go with a lighter, you can go with a 4 or 5 session. You know what I mean, and then do that early. Or if you had a rough week and you dread Monday because you got to fire somebody, or somebody just got fired and you got extra responsibility, you might be on a 7-8. You know what I mean, but you can make that choice.
Yeah.
You can like as Hennessy's gonna be 80 proof regardless. No matter no matter how you feeling, that's 80 proof. So
Totally. Yeah, it's funny though. Yeah, just seeing that vibe, and I know you guys are generally here, but like I appreciate this so much to be here with you guys drinking live on a Sunday. This is actually probably how I would spend my day.
Beautiful Sunday too.
I mean, it is like
we don't hate coming here.
No, when it's sunny outside, bro, we about to go outside after this and just talk.
Just
Yeah,
bullshit.
dope.
It's
And
a
just talk.
dope Sunday, man.
That's what's up, man.
We
It is, call it self-care, call it whatever you will call it, just anything, man. But like, I know that like in the event that I am working a tour or I'm not, Sundays are the day to go to the brewery, man.
Yeah.
It's something that I really admire about our brewery partners. And shout out to Mindful. Shout out to guys like Andrew at Dancing Gnome, Gris House, man. Like, good gosh, like even Hitchhiker, man. Like they have fantastic hours. I love that vibe. Cinderlands, man. They go till 10. I don't know, man. It's something that I think about a lot.
We're lucky, man. We get a little piece of Fresh Fest every other Sunday. Like when we finish and when we step outside after, it's gonna be the vibe that you get at Fresh Fest. It's gonna be obviously a smaller, sample of such, but it's just us out, good weather, outdoors with a couple brews. Day not drinking, but we'll get him back on board in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
May 1.
It'll be over before you know it, man. Again, I admire.
Man, they gonna be sitting. You gonna be looking at it. He was sitting in front of his clock.
3,
Waiting
2,
for midnight with a bottle opener and a bottle sitting in front of him. Just go ahead and turn. But he gonna wait till like 12:04 so that it's definitely midnight.
just to kick a little dirt in the face, like there it
damn
is.
sure.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah, I know.
Just because Ed said it at 12:03.
Yeah, no, I love that. You're doing no beer, no coffee,
No, it was just no beer, no weed until yesterday. So now, like, you know, I was like, fuck that. Because here's the thing, man, I can give up like alcohol. That's cool. Like, I've been out the breweries, I still been working. Motherfuckers have been like, man, it must be hard. I'm like, actually, it's not hard at all. But fucking living without no bud, that shit is hard, man. Because like I like and my dreams were mad vivid as fuck, like dumb vivid. Like I would just be like, I would live a whole day. I'd close my eyes, and then I'd be in a whole other fucking world for like 8 hours. It was like vivid ass dreams that like
You getting 8 hours, bro?
Bruh, 8 whole motherfucking hours.
8 hours
Bruh,
sleep?
I ain't getting no alcohol, no weed. Bruh, I was productive. I'm productive as shit. And like I go to sleep at 12. I wake up at 8. Like motherfucker, I wake up at motherfucking at 8. And it's just like I just fucking went to like I'm just going from world to world to world for like 2 weeks straight.
You're literally in the bonus. Like you are in the bonus. That's awesome, man. That you feel like that good getting up and you're just like, boom, the day is going.
Yeah, it's going, but it's just like I needed to like weed lets me turn my mind down a little bit. You see what I'm saying? Like it's like it allows me to kind of like be like, okay, answering this email is an option. You know what I mean? Like when I want to go, like when I want to rest and just like relax and go to sleep, weed lets me do that as opposed to my mind just constantly being active even while I'm sleeping. Like I don't get any rest in that regard. You know what I mean? So
For sure.
But weed was tough to give. I was like, yeah, let me go back to that. That wasn't helping anybody.
Did 13
Yeah.
days.
But alcohol,
Yeah, but I'm sorry, no beer, no coffee, right? No alcohol,
yeah,
no coffee.
just no. Yeah, I'm not a big coffee dude anyway.
Okay.
I mean, like, so
Yeah.
I could give up coffee, but I would have to stop wearing suits. 'Cause
Yeah.
they go hand in hand.
Is that part of your day job?
That is part of my day job. So
Oh.
I do start my day with a coffee, and only because of the suit. It has nothing to do. I don't know. I've never had a cup of coffee and felt more energized. I just felt important
Right.
because of the cardboard cup with that little cardboard around it, like, and you can hold it like this. And you just, I don't know, the coffee with the leg cross make you feel like I got access. It made me feel like I got access. So I like to do it. But I don't I don't give a fuck about coffee. Like it's real, dog. Like you sit in the room with motherfucker with some coffee. And he gonna sip the coffee in front of you while you apply for something.
Well, Kat, like we work from home or whatever, so Kat has her coffee, and like because she has coffee, I feel like she's more like getting shit done than I am.
That's
just
what Ed's saying, man.
She has coffee and like she's just sitting there sipping or whatever, and I'm like, and she looks over at me like, "What you playing on your phone?" I'm like, "I'm working."
She's looking at you like, "Where's your coffee?"
Yeah, where's your coffee? And now I feel like I gotta start drinking coffee just so I can be like, no, I'm cool. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, I gotta get a bigger mug.
I can't wait till motherfucker be like, I wanted to do business with him, but he ain't had no coffee.
I'm gonna get a mug that says business on the side of it.
Oh, they had a mugs with the random ass, you know what I mean, sayings. I actually broke wifey mug earlier. I gotta go buy her a new one. I broke it and I hit it. I hit
Oh no!
Oh no! Because I was washing dishes and it fell off.
Like, see now, I ain't big in the like. I don't fuck with mugs. Like, I don't have mugs, but I know not to fuck another motherfucker's mug up.
I bought the mug, so that's my.
But still,
that's
if she liked it, then it's curtain.
I gotta buy her a new mug.
No,
I gotta show up with the new mug and then present it to her, and then I can break the news. Because when she asked what was that, no, we good.
So you gotta like be John. Like you gotta bring her.
Tonight.
You gotta somehow selectively push other mugs in front.
Nah.
Until I
need to buy the coffee mug tonight. Because tomorrow's Monday.
Oh,
she's
shit,
definitely
she's gonna
going to
hear
her
this
go-to
shit.
mug.
Mm-hmm.
And tonight, I'm going to break it to her like, look, you know that mug I bought you? I replaced it. You upgraded. Yeah, you go, baby. Where's my other mug? About that.
That's how you keep a love going.
That's how you got to plan it. So in the vein of keeping it going, let the people know where they can find you, Adam, and then if they need to, set up a tour, you got the private, you got the public. I don't know if it's public or just a regular tour.
Yeah, no, you nailed it.
Where they can find you.
Totally, man. I mean, it's pretty easy. We are at porter.tours. So just in your web browser, porter.tours, porter.tours on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or just hit me up. I'm Aadam Soorma, ASOORMA on social media. Happy to get you set up with a tour. Happy to get you set up for your bachelor party, bachelorette party, birthday party. Day can attest to it. He is a he's an alum. He has done the
Yeah,
tour.
no, it's
Quarter tour alum.
yeah,
You get a
definitely.
shirt with that?
We do have shirts. I owe you one.
Ooh, yeah, no, the t-shirt collection.
You're welcome.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, no, thank you guys.
right
I mean, I honestly, hit us up. We're super friendly. If you have questions, I think as the craft beer scene expands, I think one thing we're looking at is going to more breweries. They just keep popping up, as you guys know. So we're going to try to keep it to this little sort of 2-bus, 14 passengers per bus fleet, but definitely look for some new routes. We're going west. We're going to Cobble House. We're going to Abjuration. We're going to Lincoln Avenue. We're going like down to Homestead. We're going, all over, but totally hit us up. We would love to hear from you.
Yeah, definitely bring a growler, man. I was so pissed I forgot to bring my growler.
Yeah, bring it along and fill it up for sure.
Sure.
Or you can buy one at the brewery. But let the people know where they can find us, Dave.
We are Drinking Partners. And if you're looking for us, you can find us on epicastnetwork.com/partnerspot. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Libsyn, Google Play, and Spotify under Drinking Partners. And you can find us on IG, Twitter, and Facebook at Partnerspot.
Hey, listen, we want to thank Adam for coming through. We want to thank Adam for repping the town, C-Town, Cleveland, and then we come through and we do charity for Pittsburgh and let y'all be cool. You know what I mean? We try to bloviate the coolness of the city. Bloviate, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, man, I'll be watching First Take. That's Stephen A. Smith's word. That's his word. He owns Blovier. But nah, we try to, we do what we can. But nah, thank you. But if you're looking to get into the scene and you're not hip to the scene and you want to just get your feet wet, take a tour. If you're looking to, give someone a unique celebration for a marriage, birthday, life event, whatever, take a tour. Whatever you do, take a tour of some breweries, man. They are running the social life. You go to a brewery, it's a different experience. You get the drink, you get the food, you get the social aspect. Get to these breweries out here, man, because they out here killing it. I'm drinking this, what is this, Grist House? This shit's good as hell. This Sippa, this sour IPA, you are losing if you're not having it. The day is losing. So, hey, as always, Drinking Partners is the crew. Epicast is the family. And we out here. We know who you are. Nope. So here's where I am with her. So my daughter's in public school now, technically. Yo, them motherfuckers get too many days off. My daughter be having half days like every other Friday. I'm like, how you doing half days every other Friday? And so I'm a conspiracy theorist. I'm like, oh, so they thinking motherfuckers who was in public school is poor. They trying to keep us dependent on some system. Like, you know what I mean? Like,